Hello, hello. Happy Friday. I am Shannon Smith. I am the Inspiration Team Director for Brutus Monroe, and I'm so excited that you're joining me tonight. Hello, Candy. How are you doing? Hope you've had a great week. So today I'm just going to play. I'm excited. I went through and was looking through my stamps, and it just made me want to play with everything. So I'm going to play with several items from my stash, and I hope that that is fun for you as much as it is for me. Okay, and I am going to ask how it's connecting, if it's connecting okay, because we have had some weather here today. We just finished, like just in time. We had the biggest hail I've ever seen in my life. When people say golf ball hail, yeah, there were some that were that big, so it was crazy. Hello, Lori. How are you? Welcome. Hello, Penny. Hello, Kate. So, okay, I'm glad it's connected. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, I'm sure that the puppies will at some point, they just have this sort of radar. They're just like kids. So whenever the office and I are having a Zoom meeting or anything, that's when they decide that it's a good idea to play. Or whenever I'm doing a live, that's just the way it is. But they're kind of chill right now, so let's hope. Okay, well, the things that I pulled out of my stash to play with tonight are the following things. I grabbed, this is one of my favorites. This is called, sorry, I've kind of covered up the name, but this is called Smells Like Spring. And you can see it's got tons. First of all, you can see I've used a lot of it. It's got all of these beautiful flowers and leaves and stems and all of these great sentiments. Hello, Jenny. How are you? Welcome. And then I've got the coordinating dies, of course. And let me just say, this set is so much fun. But I will say, this is one I definitely enjoy having the dies for. It just makes it a lot easier to play with, and that is one of the things we're using. And of course, one of my staple products, and this looks a little bare because I've got things out of it. This is the Fabulous Florals die set, and as you know, if you've watched me before, this is one of my very favorite die sets because it's just so basic and you can use it so many ways. So we'll be using some of that tonight again. And we're going to use the garden trellis dies again. And then I pulled out the Your Tweet stamp set. Isn't this cute? It's got all of these sweet little birds. And also the birdhouses stamp set. So we are going to create a little scene using all of these together. And I kind of want to show you how easy it is to put your dies and your stamps together. Even if your dies aren't like coordinating dies, if they're just standalone dies, you can easily put them together. Oh, what happened? There we go. Sorry about that, guys. So we're also, just so you know, going to use Summer Break and Vintage Patio. I tell you, I raided my stash like crazy. We're going to use a lot of things today. I did catch Jenny. The dies are a game changer. Absolutely. Dies are probably my favorite product just because you can use them so many ways. Stamps are beautiful. I absolutely adore stamps, but dies are the most versatile, I think, as far as that goes. Hello, Mackie. Hello, Donna R. So glad you guys are here. Oh, Penny, I'm the same way. I am the same way. Okay, so let's get started. So I colored a lot of the things ahead of time so that I wouldn't spend the whole live coloring, but I wanted to show you one quick, just fast way that you can color. So I took, this is a Spectrum Noir tri-blend marker. They come with a light, a medium, and a dark color, and it's an alcohol marker. So this is one that you can blend out, and I'm using bright pink, and I wanted to make a little bit of a border around the edge of my petals. And so I started it and then I went, no, I better save something to do tonight. Sorry, my dog is finding all kinds of supplies. Bless her heart. She's a little stinker, but I sure love her. Okay, so then the next thing I wanted to do was I just used a blender. This one happens to be Ohuhu, but as long as it's an alcohol colorless blender, it should work just fine with whatever. So I'm just kind of blending out those edges so it's softer.
The garden trellis on sale for $14.99.
What is garden trellis? Garden trellis is on sale, you guys. You are going to want to grab that. Last week I showed a way to use it with the picnic basket dies, and it's one of those dies that it just can be used a lot of different ways, and it's a great way to add some texture to your backgrounds too. Okay, it works great for embossing too if you want to just use your embossing accessories.
I'm showing that price, but I just checked it and it says it is. So.
Oh, weird, Lori. I don't know why it's showing Darren one price and you another. I'm so sorry. We'll have to look into that. All right, so we've got that kind of blended and softened. And the reason why we did that is because this is just kind of a quicker way to color. If you don't feel like doing the whole thing in alcohol blend markers, you can just, and also I'll explain the rest of this to you in a minute, but also I just wanted to use my inks, just my, these are my Simon Hurley inks. I'm using them on our blending brushes. And this color is Prom Queen. So I'm just kind of blending around the edges. And I think I need just a little dot more of ink because I like color. And these are going to be very colorful. They're not going to be all one color. And do your thing, you know, create your own ending however you like.
Can you color a little higher?
Yes, I will bring it up just a little bit.
QR code's got what you're doing.
Donna, it might be. Darren, it might be a member's price. Is it?
It says it's 40% off. So
oh, it's 40% off? Weird. Okay. So I'm not sure what's up with that.
Say 40%.
Weird. I don't know why it would show different for it. Yeah, I don't know the answer to that. I'm very sorry. This is Guppy, and I'm just taking that in towards the middle a little bit. And you can see I'm not getting really precise, and that's kind of one of the fun things about coloring with this method. And then I just took my blending brush and just used what was in my yellow already. This is Shooting Star mostly. This is my favorite yellow. What was that? Okay, so Darren is putting up the collection. Could you check that and hit the QR code and see if it comes up correct in that? Okay, so there's our basic flower. Just kind of a lot of different colors. But I kind of like that it's not just all pink because nature really a lot of times has several different colors in it. And so this is kind of a fun way to get some colors. And I like that it makes it kind of a soft way to color. So then I just die cut those out. So I've got a couple of them already done. And if you're wondering why I use the alcohol marker first, I just wanted to put a barrier to give me kind of a line to aim for, to meet, so that I wouldn't go over the edge much. I still probably did a lot, but it's minimal compared to what I would have done. Okay, and then on these ones, I didn't do that. I just, I went for it. And so you can see I went over a little bit, but because of the nature of the style of this flower, I didn't worry too much about it. So on this, all I did, what was that? Oh, good. Well, use the QR code. That's a good way to take advantage of the sale while you can. Okay, so I used these three colors. I used Breakup Blue, Triple Berry, and Crown Me. Knock it off, guys. These are the colors that I used on our blending brushes. And a lot of times you can just use what's already still in your brush. I like these brushes. These are, I think, $9.99 for 4 of them. And so for my Simon Hurley inks, I went ahead and got one for each color. All right, so then I just kind of dotted and dabbed, and that's how I got these. So no real mystery there. And then I used a lot of pieces that we cut out last week. I looked on my desk, I still had a whole bunch. So I thought, hey, I'm just gonna take advantage of that and use those. So I've got these leaves that I cut out using the Fabulous Florals. And then this little piece is one of my very favorite dies. And I used this in purple. And so we're gonna use all of those. And then to just make our main flowers a little bit more interesting, I'm going to add this little centerpiece from the Fabulous Florals die set. And that'll kind of tie our dies and our stamps together a little bit more, give us a little bit more dimension. And then I already colored our little bird. Isn't he cute? I guess he's a he, whatever it is, he, she, whatever. I just think it's a cute little bird. And so we're going to use that little guy. I stamped Have a Lovely Day. This is from the, I think it's the Smells Like Spring. Yes, it's the Smells Like Spring set. And the dies actually have the sentiments on them, which make it so convenient. So I went ahead and cut that out.
They're both on sale right now.
They're on sale as well. All right, so now I want to show you what I did with the vintage patio paper. So I chose this green paper right here, and I'll tell you why. So I'm also going to use, like I said, the garden trellis, and I kind of liked that I could mimic the design in two places, the kind of triangles. What was that?
There's a question from Donna R. I think Penny answered it. Never mind.
Penny is the bomb. Penny is on it so fast. Thank you, Penny.
Stylist clothes never retired.
Me too, Mackie. I trust me, I've definitely advocated for it. And stay tuned, you might see a sequel. Okay, I didn't say that though, right? Heather's not on yet, is she? I don't want to get in trouble. Okay, so this, you see what I'm saying? I just wanted to mirror the diamond pattern. So what I did was I went ahead, I am a big fan of paper piecing. So stop it, Sassy. Come here. Do you want to say hi? Come here. Come on. So I just stamped it on, I stamped the birdhouse on that piece of paper, and then I just cut the roof right off. And I cut it right along the black line. I didn't leave any kind of a border because I wanted to place it right on top for our roof so that our roof has a little bit of texture. And look at that. I haven't even colored this part. I'm not going to color it. I might color the whole a little bit with some gray. In fact, let's do that right now. And I'm just to give it a little bit of shadow. Well, she found her squeaky toy. But honestly, I think that's less loud than what she was doing before. So hopefully it doesn't annoy anybody. Background music? That is not music that I would pay to listen to, that's for sure. Let's just do this. I don't know why I'm beating around the bush. Let's just get in there and get it colored. Okay, so now our little birdhouse, I have a little depth where the hole is. And I will also point out, if you ever, like if you wanted to do a paper piecing for right here and have the other, whatever you're putting it onto show through the back, this is from our circle dies. Wow, she's going to town on that. Look how perfectly this fits that hole. So in our circle dies, we have a circle just the right size. So if you want to cut out that hole. Just thought for a little FYI, I thought I would share that with you. So now another way that you can tie in your dies and your stamps together. So I used the ink to blend here, and then I just blended some ink on a piece of paper. In fact, it's still sitting here. And then I cut that out so that it will just kind of tie in, and then we'll put a little center there. So that'll give us a little more interest there. The squeaker sound makes you happy. I'm so glad. Well, apparently she's very happy too. So she was really enjoying that, wasn't she? She is a very, very playful puppy. It's fun to have her around. She's kind of keeping our other dogs a little younger. I like that. They are a little grumpy with her. They do get, because she will just be relentless sometimes. it just drives them crazy after a while. So this piece of paper is from the summer break paper pad. I know I showed you several paper pads last week, but this one's a lot of fun. I think I've almost used all my clouds now because I just think this is such a convenient piece of paper to have. And the other side is water, which is really nice. But we're going to use these pretty puffy clouds. And then we're going to take our garden trellis piece and we're just going to trim it so it's going to look like a fence. Are you loving that? And just for a fun fact, the toy that she's playing with right now is one that Christopher very kindly sent to our house when Louis got, Louis found himself in the mouth of the next door neighbor's dogs because he went in their yard. So yeah, pretty much he fit in the dog's mouth. His whole body did. So yeah, but Christopher very kindly sent him a little gift, and Sassy has adopted it. Okay, so I think I like the unfinished edge for our kind of our trellisy looking fence. But if you want to, you can flip it this way and get a more, like it can even look more like chain link if you wanted to do it. And like you could use it with like a silver. So that's another way you can use the trellis dies. And let's just go ahead and glue our paper to our base. Well, to our base panel anyway. All right, you guys saw me pull the pin out of this. The pin was in and it's still clogged. Let's try again. All right, I'm gonna, sometimes they get air in the bottle and you have to kind of squeeze out the air. But it always happens when I'm live. You know how it is. See if we can get something moving here. All right. There we go. May as well take the glue off of the pin with this. There we go. All right. So I cut my mat, the black mat. It is like a 16th, I think, of an inch. I think that's what the measurements are on my, yeah. Just one little section before the 4 1/4 and by 5 1/2, so that I could get it. I wanted as much of the panel as I could and still have a border. So I cut this piece so that it will reach the ends of the mat because I wanted to allow myself a little more space to play because I don't want a lot hanging over my card, but I feel like it's okay if it's hanging over the mat. All right. I don't need to glue the whole thing, but I want to glue a little bit of it. I glued a little high, but that's all probably going to get covered anyway, so I'm not too concerned. I glued everywhere that this is not. I totally missed. Let's see if I can spread it around a little bit. Okay, let's see if we can. Well, we're going to have to try that again because I totally messed that up. I mean, it's just gluing, right? You would think I would be all right with that. Okay. You guys are kind of quiet. Is everybody still all right?
Yeah, they're quiet tonight.
Okay. Now we've got our little fence on there. And now let's put our roof onto our, and if you want to, you can see what it would look like with another roof. There's a whole bunch of them in that pad. That pad is really cute. Okay. So now you can see we've got our cute little birdhouse ready to be added to our card. I haven't decided if we want it in the center or on the side. I think I'm going to put it on this side. I tend to lean to this side. I don't know why. Do you guys have a side that you favor when you're making cards? I've just noticed I tend to do all the heavy stuff over there. Bear with me for 1 second while I get the little backers off. Okay, so let's put this guy, I think right about there. Okay, let's play. Let's put some more on our card. So I'm going to do something I don't typically do. I tend to put my sentiment on very last. Oh, thank you, Donna. But I want to make sure that I leave enough space, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it on first. All right. And we'll put our bird on. Let's put our little guy there. I'm trying to decide, do we want him on foam? Yeah, I kind of like the foam.
Lori said she's trying to stop centering everything.
Oh, I know. You know what, Lori? We get into these little habits. It's fun sometimes just to create something, just even if it bugs you to do it, just to exercise yourself out of a rut sometimes. Sometimes I like to do like card kits and stuff just so that I do something that's not mine that gives me ideas of a different way to do things. And that really helps me sometimes. And sometimes I don't even like it. Sometimes I'm like, that just feels wrong, but it's good for me. You know what I mean? Lots of times it'll be the opposite and I'll go like, oh, I wouldn't have even thought to do that, but I love it. And I don't center anything, Lori, because you know what? I can never get everything perfectly centered. So I generally will go to the side. Oh, that's right. It would be cute. I think that the patterns in the vintage patio paper pad, they remind me of vintage swim trunks and pajamas and stuff like that. I love them. Let's look at it for a minute. Let's look at all of the cool. This one I just think is just cool anyway. But look at all of these really awesome patterns. I mean, can't you see some like 50s men's swim trunks? or kitchen tile, or you know, there's just so many fun. The inspiration for this was the cinder blocks that you have on your patio from like growing up. That was what they reminded Christopher of. So lots of fun. All right, let's put some of our flowers on.
Maggie said she should start putting her sentiments on first. She always runs out of room.
You're smart, Mackie. You are smart. I probably put my leaves up a little higher than I wanted to, but we'll just have to roll with it. You're not going to see a whole lot of them anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Nothing tragic. Okay, so that's the base of what we're doing here. So now knock it off. She was named Sassy for a reason, if you can't tell. She definitely, it fits her.
Lori said hers never totally centered. She started to embrace her imperfection and started putting them at way too intentionally.
I love that, Lori. That's the best. I know, Mackie, when you're making a card, there's just so many fun things. Yes, she does know. So many fun things you can put on your card that sometimes the sentiment can get lost, huh? If you're anything like me, anyway. I'm so busy worrying about all the fun, pretty things I'm going to put on there. This one does not want to come off of the backer. There we go. Let's put that one there. We'll add our little centerpiece. That is way more glue than we'll ever need. But we'll use it to our advantage. So we'll get this little guy on there.
Maggie said she forgets she'd put on a sentiment.
Right? I know what you mean, Mackie. I was trained that your cards and projects should always have a sentiment, so I don't forget anymore, but I probably would if I hadn't been trained that way. Now it looks off if I don't have something there. Let's see, we need to add some leaves in here. I like that. Maybe we'll put one, I feel like we need one kind of over here. All right, let's glue all those little guys on. That's another nice thing about using the foam adhesive. It pops your stuff up and gives you a little more room to work things, I think. Okay.
Sasha's drinking water and her entire face is wet.
Darren's just letting me know that Sassy just went to get a drink of water and she pretty much put her whole face in. She wanted to make sure she could drink it all up. It was kind of warm today here, so I'm not surprised. Did she come and give you a big kiss on your face after? She did. Yeah, she's one. She's not shy. She likes to kiss you right on the lips, whether you want it or not. Okay, I think we've pretty much got this. Let's just get it on a card base. You know what, Mackie? I am with you. I am with you. I like the little thin sentiments that you can fit when you're like us and you've waited till the last second to add your your sentiment to the project. Okay, so we should have just a little bit. Yep, we have a little bit of a border left on there. Wow, I really dug to the bottom of my scraps for this piece. You can see there's something going on that side. So I'm going to challenge you guys to go through your stamps this week or weekend. And if you're anything like me, I get really excited. I make my project with my new product, you know what I mean? And then I go on to the next one, and there are times I don't ever make another thing with it for a long, long time, you know? And then I'll be going through my stash and kind of destashing, and I'm like, why didn't I ever make anything else with that? So I'm challenging everybody to go through their stash and use something that they love that they haven't used for a long time and see what they've got. All right. We're a little early today, but sometimes that is a good thing. I guess I didn't need to prep quite as much as I did, but honestly, when you color the way that I was showing you, it doesn't take an awful long. It's definitely a time saver. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope that you have some ideas and things that you want to try, or that I at least maybe sparked an idea in your mind. And I hope that you will share anything that you're making. We love for you to share your projects that you make with our product on the Brutus Monroe fan page on Facebook. And we definitely get inspired by you guys as much as you might be inspired by our team. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you next week. Thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate that. You guys always make me feel so good. I will see you next time. Next week, I'm going to create a layout. I do one every month. The last Friday of the month, I always do a layout. So I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks again. Bye.